Hello everyone. Right, let's not waste any time because this news could be massive for Dark Eldar players in Warhammer 40k. Now, I wasn't going to make a Drukhari Dark Eldar rumours video because I wanted to make sure the things I was hearing were substantiated a little first before I started making any content on it. And I know I don't want to let anyone down if they see this, get excited, and it all doesn't come to fruition. What I will say is that please take this with a pinch of salt. Some of the stuff that I've been hearing probably won't come to pass, but there have been some interesting leaks over the weekend for Dark Eldar. So, starting off with this model. Now, I'll put a couple of zoom ups on screen for you, and what we can see here is the flayed out fan. A long sword, looks very Dark Eldar in nature. If you look at the spinal column of that model, it's very similar to the Rax. So it's a Dark Eldar character that's been modified. We know it's a woman. There are two face options, and that could hint at a dual kit. What many people think this is the return of Lady Malys. So they think Lady Malys is getting a model. What I think it is a dual kit with Lady Malys and I think they were called Lamians or Lahamans, something like that. I can't remember the exact name of them. I'll put them up on screen. They were a Dark Eldar Cabal courtesan back in 3rd edition. So I've been playing 40k since 3rd. One of my very first armies was Dark Eldar. And we had a whole host of characters, and I'll put them all up here for you. We had Corolla the Vile, we had Drazar, we had Urian Rakarth, and we had a character for the mandrakes called Kheradruak. Not all of these had models, but they had lore, they had information on them. We gained and lost models for the Dark Eldar over the editions, and many people remember Asdrubael Vect's command barge. Now, why is this leak in particular interesting? Because it hints that some of the things I've been hearing for Dark Eldar might actually be coming true, which is massive for Dark Eldar fans, or Drukhari fans if you're a newer fan of the verse. If you're newer to Warhammer 40k and you came in around about 8th edition, you might be wondering what I'm talking about. So Asdrubael Vect is the de facto leader of the Drukhari, and many of you who read the Black Library novels will have probably come across his name, and he will have been mentioned in a few codexes from time to time. This used to be his old model on a command barge. So that brings me to the other things I've been hearing. So we know Drazar's got a model. We know there's a homunculus model and rules for Urian Rakarth, but there isn't actually a purchasable model for Urian. Now, I haven't heard anything about him specifically, but it would make sense if the Dark Eldar characters are having a little bit of a refresh and a bit of a resurgence off the back of the Eldar refresh we've just had, that we would get a model for Urian, because it's quite strange in this era of models that don't have rules not having kits. Models that don't have kits not having rules, for Urian to have rules and not have a model. And he's a massive, massive character in Warhammer 40k's Dark Eldar scene. So I imagine the Master Homunculus is going to get a model very soon. Sorry, my voice is a bit weird this morning because I've only just woken up to this news. So, what else have I been hearing? I've heard rumours last year that there may be hints that Kheradruak is getting a model to lead the mandrakes. I'll put some art of him up here for you. He is probably one of the most dangerous mandrake characters, and therefore one of the most dangerous characters in the Dark Eldar section of the setting. So it'll be exciting if he comes back, because then that will give you a leader for your mandrakes. And then the other massive rumour supported by... So what I was hearing was that Lady Malys was coming back, or Lady Malys was getting a model, which that seems to be a little confirmed. And I think the Lamians, the Cabal courtesans and the old retinue characters will be coming back as well. That then leaves the doors open for the big rumour, which is Asdrubael Vect. Now, many of you will remember, if you're legacy 40k players like myself, Asdrubael Vect had a model, I believe he had a model on foot, and then he also had his command ace. Now the command ace had these slaves on it, as you can see, and it was a bit sort of themed around kind of the pleasure barge on Star Wars that Jabba the Hutt has. Think about it like that. And it was a modified raider. Now, the rumour I am hearing is that Vect is returning and it's not a modified raider. It's actually a modified Tantalus, and the plastic Tantalus will be coming to 40k. I don't know if that's true. I don't. Honestly, I haven't seen a model. I don't know anything beyond that rumour. But the Lady Malys model would seem to suggest that some of the things that I have been hearing are coming to fruition. And one of the things that I heard around that Vect rumour was that he would return with a Tantalus command barge. So you'd have a dual kit for the Tantalus, and you'd also get Vect in that. A bit like the Vampire Lords on Zombie Dragons for AOS. Sorry, Soulblight players, we've just lost that, and I feel your pain on that one, because I was actually looking forward to painting one of those. But, you know, we've got the new Zombie Draconith. Anyway, that's AOS. If Vect returns, that would be a massive power boost to Drukhari on the tabletop, because I'm hearing he will be on a level on par with the Silent King. Again, take that with a pinch of salt. If Vect returns and if he is on par with the Silent King, that will make the Drukhari probably one of the most powerful game board armies. It has to. They're fast already. They hit hard in close combat. They are a glass cannon. But if you support them with a Silent King level character that will move faster than the Silent King, hit harder in melee than the Silent King, and probably have some pretty decent shooting as well with the Dark Lancers that would be on there. Yeah. If that's true, I'm looking forward to painting myself a Asdrubael Vect, because I was too young to have a Vect, and definitely too young to be bought the command barge by my parents when he sadly went away. So, what do you think of the rumours? What do you think of what I have heard maybe coming up? You know, what do you think of the return of a Urian Rakarth model? What do you think of a return of Cruella the Vile? You know, could this Lady Malys kit be a Lady Malys and Cruella dual kit? I don't think it is. Cruella is a witch, and I'll put her artwork up there next to Freddy Krueger, weirdly enough, which looks a little bit like her, sort of, sometimes. Anyway, yeah, Cruella returning, Lady Malys returning, Urian Rakarth getting a special model that isn't the Homunculus kit, and Asdrubael Vect on a Tantalus command barge. Let me know in the comments below. I really want to know your thoughts and theories on this, because for a Dark Eldar or a Drukhari player, it could be massive. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all soon.